I am become Neko, destroyer of worlds. Hey, I'm Vinny, and that's KY, and we're two on the Vine.
Hey, how are you doing, man?
Pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good. Let's jump into business for just a moment. So we wrapped up our t-shirt campaign since the last episode, and we did pretty well, I think. How'd you feel about that?
I was happy that people were interested in the t-shirts, and people were really, really cool about it. Yeah, the response was good, and I'm glad that a lot of you took pictures and showed us on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Really helped us out.
If you guys ever upload art to the Boru, we'll be open to ideas for the next one. I don't know when it'll be, probably not for a long time, because we sold about 51 shirts, something like that, right around 50, which is more than enough to cover hosting costs for quite a while. As long as you're still interested in recording, Vinny, I think we're going to be talking about video games for a long time.
I actually have decided to give up on video games.
Oh, what are we going to talk about instead every month?
Oscar season.
Oscar season.
Every month we talk about the Oscars.
We talk about every movie that comes out that month and how they might fare during the Academy Awards.
That's correct.
Yeah. What did I just see? I just watched something in theaters. What just came out? What did I just watch? Shit, I can't think of what it is.
Deadpool?
Yes, it was. You nailed it. It was Deadpool. I watched Deadpool.
Okay.
Should we talk about Deadpool real quick?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
feel free to share your thoughts on it.
I won't spoil really much of it at all. I won't spoil anything, but it was good. It was very fresh. I like that they committed 100% to the mature audience, because like how the Avengers kind of like straddles the line. Like it kind of has to cater to kids still, but also, since it's a more mature movie, cater to adults, since like everyone's thing. Deadpool is just flat out R-rated adult audiences, so it's kind of nice to have them not feel restrained by that. I feel that even despite being Deadpool, it was very funny, but despite that, I still think it was too serious, like just a little bit. It got pretty real at times, which is like I'm okay with.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. So I thought that was interesting. I mean, when you see it, we'll have more to talk about, I'm sure. But that was my main thing about it, was I almost still felt it was too serious.
Well, the comic book genre is kind of, in all honesty, it's getting to the point where I'm getting sick of hearing about new comic book movies.
Yeah.
And I don't mind seeing them because they're fun. But it seems like, they're just going to be this huge thing that's just going to taper out with a bang or with a whimper, because when you have movies like Deadpool, which take risks and really try to change things up a little bit, people are going to start copying that. Oh, we need to make Deadpool.
We need the
we need R-rated comic book movies for our characters. Let's dig through the comics and find the most obscure, crazy, batshit insane superhero you can and make a movie about it.
Yep.
And then make it R.
We're going to have a MODOK movie soon.
And I'm worried that's going to just make it worse.
Yeah. What I would like out of a sequel, because let's face it, there's probably going to be a sequel. What I think would be perfect, because Deadpool is so much about breaking the fourth wall a lot of times, like a lot of its humor is fourth wall breaking. I think it'd be hilarious if the sequel was just another origin story. Like it completely disregards the first movie and just tells literally a different alternative origin story. Just because that would be really tongue-in-cheek and really in line with the Deadpool philosophy. I feel like it'd be a good parody on, superhero reboots. I want a second origin story. I want more. I just want 3 origin stories from Deadpool.
Or it'd be like the beginning of the third Austin Powers movie, where you get like a different actor as Deadpool. Some other witty actor that's clearly not really right for the role. And it starts like that. The first 10 minutes are just the origin story again. And then it's like Deadpool watching the movie. And he's like, this is garbage.
Deadpool 2, starring Carson Daly. That'd be great.
Oh, no, not him. Oh, you couldn't find a more stiff wooden guy.
Yeah.
I watched a video of Carson Daly interviewing David Bowie, and he did a perfectly serviceable job, but I felt like David Bowie was talking to a mannequin
Yeah.
with lips. A mannequin with nicely manicured hands and lips.
He
And
got
it was just,
Yeah, he probably got too good at reading, the prompter, I guess. Couldn't
yeah,
Yeah.
not a very good off-the-cuff guy. Anyway, so, wow, we actually did start talking about movies. How's that for
Yeah.
meta?
Well, I was thinking to kick off the episode proper, we should, because we don't do this too often, we should actually jump into Greenlight Guests, bring it back to basics, because it's been probably a solid 4 episodes, which, of course, in 2 in the Vine years, that's about 16 months.
That's a very long time, yes.
Yeah. So I say we jump into Greenlight Guests, get back to
I'm
the
in.
funnies, and provide them.
Let's provide.
Let's provide. So for those who've never heard Greenlight Guests, I'm going to read a video game description to Vinny. That is either a real game from Steam Greenlight service or something completely made up by one of our Twitter audience, viewer, listener people. About half and half, and you need to try to discern it. You don't know. You don't know, right?
I don't know. I don't know a whole lot, but in particular, I don't know which of these games are real and fake.
Right. Okay. So, first off, Ultimate Speed Bag. In this game, you play as Speed Bag in gym. Get punch over and over. There is no gameplay, only pain. Be calm one with your inner sleff and question Obama.
How could that be real? How could that be real? You know what? It's real.
Are you certain?
I don't know if I'm certain or not. It's been a while. I'm so not used to this now. This is the kind of shit that I'm talking about. This is the hell that I live when we do Greenlight Guests, because on one hand, I've been wrong before about stuff like this, but on the other hand, it could be a game. It could actually be someone having made a game to try to get like extra meme points.
That's true. The memes are extremely popular. I mean, they've been popular for a while. Like, I thought I was going to die real quick, but no, sir.
Nope.
No,
there's still memes. I guess I'm going to say that it is in fact that I'm going to say that is fake.
Final answer?
Yeah, Obama, no. That's
okay.
fake.
Yep, you're right. I thought that'd be an easy one. That is absolutely fake. I decided to start off easy, and you would guess wrong right off the bat, and then I made you, get the juices flowing.
You needed to get my brain in the right spot for this game, because I don't know what's going on the internet these days. I feel like like an outsider looking in, and it's just Obama memes and punching bag memes. I don't know anymore. Sorry.
But yeah, that was submitted by @DixonNixon on Twitter. Next one.
Good one.
Let me get my RNG up so I can't bias. There won't be any kind of selection bias here.
Okay.
One moment. I should have this prepped. So minimum 0, maximum 1.
RN Jesus, please be on my side today.
All right. Next one. College Simulator, an exciting first-person adventure where you tackle minimum wage jobs to help repay your student loans.
But that's just life. I like how excited you sound when you said an exciting college simulator.
I can relate to this way too closely, so I do not. This does not enthuse me.
Oh shit. I'm still paying off student loans, by the way, just to let you all know.
Yeah, me too.
I think you know that already. Yeah. We're both in there with you guys, if you are as well. And here's the crazy thing. I'm gonna say this game is real.
This game is that final answer?
Yeah, that's my final answer.
This game is fake as well, unfortunately. This was submitted by @Nogisa on Twitter.
Oh, I thought a developer was having a cheeky little joke with that one. So, yeah.
I could see that, potentially being real. I mean, I guess if you purchase a job simulator someday, made by Alchemy Labs, launch title for the Steam Vive.
Vive. I used to say Vive. It's Vive.
The Vive, yeah. That would kind of be like College Simulator, where you tackle minimum wage jobs to repay your student loans in a way.
Yeah. And I mean, I've played plenty of games where you flip burgers or just do minimum wage jobs. Honestly, I thought that could have been real.
Yeah. It could have been, but it's not. All right, next one. Random number generator, go. Help Harry get his life in order. Harry is a hoarder, and he needs to clean up his act before the building inspector finds him into oblivion and forecloses on the family home. The problem is, Harry is only willing to part with the smallest of trash items at first. You'll need to convince him to do what it takes to keep a roof over his head.
Oh my. You know, when I heard the word trash, I thought it had to be fake.
Final
But
answer?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's fake.
This one's real, my friend. This one
I'm
is
doing
actually real.
really bad today.
Let me link you. Well, no, you got one right. You're about 1 for 3. This game is called D Hoarder 2, which is strange because I guess it's a sequel.
Hi, my name is Harry. I have a lot of
Okay,
Hi,
I'm watching
my name is
the
Harry.
video.
but you see, that's the problem. I have too much.
You know, I gotta be honest. This looks like something I probably would
I have
play.
so much stuff that some mornings
Yeah.
I can't even get out.
Like,
of
the
it.
concept isn't even that bad. Like, I could
But
see
I
a game
need
out
my
of this.
Stuff. Some of it means something to me.
Yeah, it
Some
looks
of
like
I want you
some
to
of the
touch,
other crazy
but I
shit
need
that
all of it.
we've covered on Greenlight Guest. This looks
My neighbors
fairly
are fed
playable
up.
and like
I think
something
one
I
of
would
them
enjoy
might be
streaming
violent.
for like a shit stream.
Yeah.
So yeah, this
No,
one
not
I
her.
would say I thought it was fake
Yeah,
at first
him.
because the word trash, but I should have known better. It's real and it looks pretty insane and amazing.
Yeah, it could be. Like, from a gameplay perspective, there is actually potential here, I feel, even though the theme is just the derpiest.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, the theme is terrible, but yeah.
I like that there's a whole paragraph devoted to the rat. It says, "What about that rat? Don't let him bite you. Bad things might happen." And it brings up all the different vermin that live in your house, try to stop you from doing your thing.
That damn rat. I see it in the video. There's just so many rats. Oh my god.
It's going to have modding support.
And there's a UFO.
And actually, this was a Ludum Dare submission, so, you know, this kind of shit comes from that sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's do another
so
one.
Pretty cool concept.
Yeah, not bad. All right, next one. Vapor Venture. Welcome to a world full of 70s to 90s references such as SpaghettiOs and Windows 95 mazes.
God, what the fuck? What the fuck? I hate Greenlight Guest right now. I can't figure out if this is real or fake. That I think that's what that one's fake.
Final answer?
Yeah.
You're right. You finally got 2 right. That is submitted by DJohnny010.
Okay, thank you for
Vapor
that.
Venture. I feel like the Vapor Venture gave it away because if it's like referencing old things, but then the whole vapor meme is kind of like a newer phenomenon, you know?
Yes.
Is that, I don't even know if I'm interpreting that correctly, but the name of the game is Vapor Venture. I think it's supposed to be a reference to vaping.
Yeah, I assumed there was something to do with vape in there, and then when he said Windows 95 mazes, I
Yeah.
was like, wait a minute, what?
Or I
what?
guess it could be like vaporware, but then I don't get the SpaghettiOs, you know, because like Windows 95 mazes is arguably vaporware, but
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, bizarre, and I would play it.
I'd play
like
it.
trash.
Someone could make a decent living just making all of these games, you know, just hammering them out in the week, all the fake ones, and selling them for like 99 cents on Steam. And then they'd
Yeah, and
actually
then
have
have
to
me
go
play
through the
them.
Greenlight process and become
Oh my
real
God.
in the process. Okay. Next one.
Amazing.
Hard Street Harry, the only brawler featuring an all-nude cast. No sex, just hardcore nudity. Start punching people today. Real or fake?
Oh, I'm gonna say that one is real.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That one's fake as well, my friend. That was submitted by Adamant Arkville.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but the thing I thought of when I read this one, there's a recent game that's gotten actually a little bit of media coverage, so you might have heard of it. It's called like Full Penetration or something like that. Or no, what's it called? Oh, it's called Genital Joust, I think. Let me bring it up.
What?
It's called Genital Joust, I'm pretty sure. Or Genital Jousting. And here, I'll pull up a trailer, because the sounds are great too. And I'm sure our listeners would love to hear the sounds of genital jousting. This is something you should play on stream if you can get a copy of it. Shit.
Hey, can I play? I'm gonna pipe the sound through Skype. You ready?
Yeah.
You just can't talk, otherwise it'll echo. So listen, check this out. This is what genital jousting sounds like. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I felt the penetration.
Those slimy
on that.
noises.
Here, I'll link you to the website at least, and there's probably a trailer on there somewhere. But genital jousting, it's essentially a top-down game, like arena multiplayer game where each person plays a cock that's a different color, and at the bottom of the cock between the two balls is just a teeny little asshole, and it's your goal to shove your cock up each other opponent's assholes, so the winning player is just a stack of cocks that are all penetrated in a line. And it's
He's whoever. Not wrong.
And yeah, you'll kind of see from the backgrounds there. I had a gameplay video. I wish I could find it. Oh, here we go.
I found it.
You found the gameplay video?
Yeah, I found it. I've been watching it.
It's pretty excellent. And like there are some actually interesting like mutations or on the mechanics. Like you can choose the length of the cocks, which, you know, the longer it is, the more inert the balls are, which make it harder to defend them, or more. You have to be more defensive. Whereas the shorter cocks drag the balls behind them really easily, so they can run away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm watching it now. I'm watching like there's like one with like a 20-inch penis, and they're trying to like. First of all, you've never lived until you've seen a dick with an asshole. That's one. Two, when you see the way this game looks, first of all, it looks kind of fun.
Yeah. It does.
Which is a sin. It's a carnal sin, and I'm going to tell the Pope about this game as soon as I can. But I would actually play it, but it's so gross looking, and the dicks have little clothes on.
They do.
Like, they
yeah,
look like
I was going to point that out.
With like tuxedos and like t-shirts.
It's great. It almost reminds me of like Perfect Dark in the gameplay mutations, like I was talking about. You set some parameters, and you have like a whole new game mode of penetration. It's wonderful.
Pretty good. Pretty good. That.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Greenlight guess. Let's do another one. In a freak mashup during radiation treatment, you procured an additional testicle that became abnormally large quickly. Scientists immediately became involved with the problem at hand, and it was determined that a separation must occur. Immediately upon being released from dependency on you, ELT went rogue and began to dominate the city. It is your duty to assist him in ensuring genetic victory over the city's inhabitants in ELT, the extra-large testicle.
Oh, come on! Oh, no. Oh, how could that be real? ELT, the extra-large... Come on with that shit. Yeah, it's fake.
Final answer?
No, it's not my final answer. I don't know what it is, KY. I don't know what it is, and I don't know what anything is anymore. I just saw a game where cocks joust into each other's cock assholes. And now you're telling me there's a game where you have to find a large radioactive testicle. You know what? Real. It's real.
Final answer.
Yeah, it's my final answer.
It is real. Nice job. You flip-flopped for the better. Because that game, ELT, the extra-large testicle. Let me link you to it, and we'll watch the trailer together. I secretly
wanted it to be real so I could look at pictures and videos and see what the fuck this game is about.
And sure enough, look at the picture there. I like how they make the L as small as they can to make it look like ET. But even better, listen to the music. I'm going to turn it up. It's like shitty circus music with a hip-hop twist in the backbeat.
Here, I can play it so that they can hear it.
I'm playing it. They'll be able to hear it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yep. And there's like people on the streets with like hearts flying out of their heads and a little shitty Katamari ball. I can't... I don't even know what's going on in this.
This is bad. It just looks like Katamari, where you run people over and they fall in love with the testicle.
Like... Hang on, I gotta read some more description on this. Multiple mission goals. Spread your genes, claim your offspring, and put down any alpha male competition. Wow.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell what
the
gameplay is about.
Like, what is even... Oh, now the people are kicking the ball. And, like, when I maximize it and full screen it, the ball just looks like like a super hairy. It's like a fleshy ball with like gorilla hair on it, like not just like a couple little stray pubes dangling, but like a full coat of gorilla hair on it.
And steam is coming out the top of it when you roll.
Continuously, like pretty much the
continuously.
whole time.
The whole time there's just steam coming out of the testicle.
Like that might be one of the worst games I've ever seen in Greenlight Guest before, or period.
This one's rough, and for the music, the way it looks, the hairy testicle, but also for the promo shot, which has an Adobe Photoshop lens flare. It's the hand of what's the hand of God touching Adam, right? That picture.
Yeah.
That painting. It's that, but it's just a giant testicle with a shitty lens flare behind it.
And that's a tiny L, so it looks like E.T.
It's absolutely incredible. This is why I live for Greenlight Guess.
And the thing is, from the description, it didn't even sound too awful, I guess. Like, at least up until the title. The title is totally horseshit. But the description was like, okay, all right, giant testicles separated from the bodies. Could be an Edmund McMillan game. I would play it.
Could be no worse than genital jousting, but then you look at it and it's way worse than genital jousting.
Yeah, like magnitudes worse. Genital jousting looks good. Like, I'm going to be totally honest. I kind of want to play it.
I hope Twitch will allow me to stream it.
I'll play the tabletop version. Okay. Next one. Knights of the Yif Table.
Fake.
A sexy fur-filled adventure. Choose from 3 classes, all with different cock shapes and sizes. All right,
That's fake.
Final answer?
Final answer, fake.
That is fake, yeah. You're right.
Funny hat. It's a funny hat. You know.
I bet you could even guess who submitted this one.
Bread top.
Yep. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Double points for that one. All right. Next one. Mert is 27 years old and has to go for a long trip for work issues. He is on the trip along late at the night alone. While going with the car, he notices a little girl on the way. He brakes to the right to avoid hurting her and hits the wall. He recognizes that he has made an accident. Whatever stands in the way, he sees it coming towards him and faints. When he wakes up, finds himself in a small room. He hears eerie sounds. The only thing he wants is to get out of this place.
Oh shit. I think you probably could have started that at Mert wakes up in room. He doesn't know where he is. Scare sounds. And then he tries to find out. So you can cut that by like half and still achieve the same effect.
My favorite sentence. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
You start.
No, you.
God, I love passive aggressive kindness. Isn't it great though when it's just like, no, you.
Yeah, no, you. No. Go ahead. I insist. But what I was gonna say is my favorite sentence is he is on the trip along late at the night alone. Because it's such a long sentence to convey the teeniest bit of information, which is he's alone. You know, he's on the trip along late at the night alone.
At the night alone. Yeah, that's a good one. That's like living like a windrammer as you fuck. I'm going to go ahead and say that that's real because I know that there are people that submit to Greenlight that do not have a good grasp of the English language.
Yes.
Whether on purpose or whether by accident. But yeah, I think that that's real.
You are correct. And the thing is, when it comes to Greenlight guess, it's really hard. Like, if you're going to work the angle of broken English, it's hard to get that, like, just right, you know?
Yeah, I've had people, like, on a side note, after I streamed the Fantastic game years ago and made a video about it, that video got a lot of attention, and people started submitting emails to me with either shitty games or just to be funny. Mm-hmm. Because they wanted to mimic Fantasticaneer's broken English pattern.
Right.
So for like 2 years, it doesn't happen very much anymore. For 2 years, I was getting really, really poor attempts at speaking like horrible English.
Yeah.
And some of them were okay. Some of them were pretty funny. But most of them were really, really bad. It was just a misspelling in all caps, you know. But that one That one's pretty good. And that's real, you say, right?
That is real. I just linked to you. It's called "Who Is She?" in all capital letters on she. Now it's a cached page, so you cannot view the trailer, unfortunately. And you'll actually see that it was translated from Turkish, so you're nailed it there. Once again, our humor of making fun of the legitimate broken English of others, pulls through for some giggles.
Yeah, having a giggle, a good jape.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: I'm watching the trailer of it right now.
Oh, you are? I'm not able to view it in my page for some reason. Oh wait, yeah, it is working. Shit, I couldn't do it before.
If you just click it into YouTube, it's got 36 views, and it's just a series of different colored, like, dark hallways.
Yeah.
In first person.
With creepy ambient music.
Yeah, it's
breathing.
not. I'm not really sure.
Ugame.tv presents. I got to go to that website now. Ugame.tv.
Ugame. I game. We all gum.
For ice gram.
Mert. His name is Mert.
Mert. I know, I like that too. I was wondering what that's short for, like Merton. I think Merton is a name, like Merton.
Merton. Merlin.
This looks extraordinarily shitty. It's just like really terrible PT.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like shitty PT mixed with like dark hallway Splendor Man.
Yep.
Splendor Man. He's
Splendor Man. He's full of splendor.
He's not quite. He's amazing. And then his brother Splendor Man is pretty much just a shitty sugar substitute for coffee. But yeah, Splendor Man. I'm here.
And then Send It Man, which is another name for the mailman. And no, I can't think of any others. Trender Man.
Okay. Trender Man.
He sets trends.
He starts trends and he's always trending on MySpace.
Trenderman is actually the reason for Slenderman's success. He pulled in a favor from his brother and got the trend going, because that's what memes are. They're trends. Trenderman. And then Benderman can bend steel girders.
Hey, you wanted to bite my shiny metal ass? I don't know if you heard that before, but that's my shitty bender.
I think it's better than the last time I heard you do it.
Oh, you've heard it before. That's cool.
Yeah, I have. You could do Waka instead, because I think Waka's a little bit easier.
Hey, it's me, Waka.
Bite my shiny metal ass.
If I'm going to do anything John DiMaggio voice related, it always starts with a hey.
You play Blitzball, yeah? That's my shitty Waka.
Hey, you play Blitzball,
praise
yeah?
be to Yevon, yeah?
I give up.
Brother.
Broda.
Brother.
Oh my god.
Even
Don't remind me of that game.
Death, yeah? Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, let's get back on what matters here. It's just shitty game descriptions. The cubes are against you. In a world where cubes rule, you try to get the golden sphere. The cubes increase speed over time. Distance to golden sphere also increases. When your cube energy runs out, you die and start over. If you hit the cubes, your score decreases. Depending the number of hits, you receive a bonus. Beat the cubes and win a golden sphere. Enjoy, have fun.
Enjoy, have fun.
Enjoy,
oh, man,
have
that is
fun.
so warm and like inviting. That sounds like a horrible concept for a game because it's just spheres and cubes and you don't need to make characters. But I'm going to say it's real.
Final answer?
Yeah.
You are correct. The game, once again, pulled from Steam Greenlight. I'm guessing they deleted it, so it's cached. It's called Cuberion. And I think this one I did manage to watch the trailer for, or at least saw the screenshots. And if you look at it, like, it is 100% impossible to parse what the fuck is going on in this game. Even based on the description, it's just cubes of different colors flying around a sphere.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at. It looks like, 3D Tetris in a room, right, given DMT or some other form of psychotropic hallucinogen. The cubes are just popping out of everywhere.
And it's over shitty, like, generic or stolen rock and roll music.
Yeah, it sounds like really loud, bad Nickelback. Oh, wait. I don't need to add the word bad. Anyway, yeah, loud Nickelback with no vocals. Anyway, the cubes are against you, it says. and I'm still not sure what that means. That's how it ends.
That's
oh my
how it
God.
ends. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm watching the trailer. It's just like you just see nonsense and cubes, and then it says the cubes are against you, and then the trailer ends.
It cuts. No title drop. I mean, the name of the video is the name of the game, but there's no like coming soon. There's no support us on Greenlight. It's just the cubes are against you. Cut. I can't even just like I'm reading the description over and over trying to figure out how this game flows. The cubes increase speed over time. Distance to golden sphere also increases. When your cube energy runs out, you die and start over. If you hit cubes, your score decreases. So I'm guessing you dodge the cubes and you need to catch the sphere in the middle, I guess?
Maybe, but no one will ever know.
The cubes are against... Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
We'll never know.
Yeah, because it's been deleted. Okay. Well, let's do another one.
Yeah.
Okay. Sticky Baby is a Katamari-like roll-em-up game. Take control of Baby and go shopping. Get the goods on his shopping list without going over budget. Roll around as a sticky baby and collect things using Baby's natural stickiness. Also, use your inexplicable gravity manipulation powers to move in any direction and traverse the world.
God, baby manipulation powers. I'm gonna say that's fake.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That game is real, my friend. Sticky Baby is the name of the game. And it's essentially, here I'll link you and we'll watch the trailer together. It's essentially a Monkey Ball ripoff, believe it or not.
Okay.
But with a baby
Monkey Ball
instead of the ball. And you'll see the trailer. Sticky Baby. I love Baby's natural stickiness.
Why are they naturally sticky?
And the game, again, does not look awful for being like a Katamari / Monkey Ball clone. I almost feel like it'd be better without the Monkey Ball side, like just stick to the Katamari because it looks very disorienting. But
yeah, it seems like you rotate the world, and I'm kind of getting a little bit.
But there's like little Captain Toad type mini games in there, and a pirate ship, and like you can fly around the city because of your gravity manipulation powers.
Sure, yeah, because babies have gravity manipulation powers.
It's their natural gravity manipulation powers, just like their stickiness. It's just part. And then there's a weird metagame where it's like, don't go over your budget, which just really confuses me.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I just know that the baby is collecting money, and at one point is covered in bananas and peppers.
Yep. Music's pretty good. Not bad.
Yeah, I haven't
It's catchy.
listened to the music.
It's catchy. I'm nodding my head. Viewers can hear it right now. I'm sure they agree.
At one point, the baby is green and looks evil.
Yeah. Like
I
a
don't know
little
what that's
imp
about.
baby. Sticky baby.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it looks like a little orc.
Story. Let me see. I'm just kind of scrolling down and see if there's anything else we need to know. You'll find both Smart Mart and Messy Mart stores in your travels. In Smart Mart stores, only Baby will be affected by his gravity manipulation. In Messy Mart stores, all items will be affected by Baby's gravity manipulation powers. I think they come up with a better name for that.
I would play this. If this finishes anytime soon, I'll probably check this out because it looks like a dumb half hour of fun.
Yeah. But apparently, if you go under the Q&A, it says what's left to develop. Apparently, all that's left is sound and music. So,
Oh, wow.
and some
Soon
extra
enough.
game modes, maybe. But point is, like, the game sounds like and looks pretty complete. It just needs sound. So, I don't know. Contact that guy. Be like, I'm interested in Sticky Baby.
Yeah.
I would like to promote
think-
your game.
I should do that, but if he needs sounds, I could do sounds for the sticky baby, like this, like right, or like.
Or hang on, I have a can of soda here. I'll get the perfect noise. You ready?
Yeah. That's the sticky baby attaching to a surface.
I'm
Or
available for
detaching.
contract work, and just give me. I'll give you a quote on it. That's what I say. Give you. A
They're
quote.
after the soda can, not you.
Yeah.
They're gonna make the soda can famous.
All right, let's do another one. The golems will be Chasigan and you. You must run to save the Steve. Avoid obstacle. Play the ultimate Minecraft tribute craft run.
Oh. Wait, could you read that first few words again?
The golems will be chasing you.
Okay.
It's basically chasing with the G in the
Right.
end. Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a minute. I got it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's very, very good. That I'd say that is fake.
Final answer.
Yeah.
That is fake. That was submitted by at Cold Steak on Twitter. And the golems will be
thank you.
chasing you.
Chasing you golems.
Yeah.
Craft run.
Craft run. I'm sure that's real already, At least the title. It's got to be, It has to be.
Yeah, those two words are too lucrative. And you put them together and you have more Lucretia. Lucretia!
Give me a minute. Mm-hmm. 1 second. I'll have this one.
Sure.
Okay.
You're gonna do some Greenlight guess.
All right.
Greenlight Gus. That's my name. Greenlight Gus. Here to do some Greenlight guessing.
Okay. Slashy Souls. An endless runner inspired by Dark Souls, yet not actually connected to the best-selling and soul-wrenching series.
Fake. There's no description. It's just that we're not related to the other game. That's not real.
Okay. This one's not going to count because I cheated a little bit, and I did this on a total whim. This is real. It is, and I'd just like you to an article about it. It's not on Greenlight. Again, I cheated, but I thought it would be perfect for the segment because it sounds, and apparently is, extraordinarily awful. I just lifted, the most description-like paragraph in there. It's just an endless runner using shitty, mishmashed pixel art that kind of resembles Souls characters, pumped out by their publisher Bandai Namco, not made by From Software. Wow. And it's been getting absolutely atrocious reviews. Apparently, the title screen says Dark Souls 3 pre-order now at GameStop on the title screen, believe it or not. And it just sounds so fake. I had to put it in there and see if you would guess fake on it.
Dude, this looks terrible. You guys have to see the trailer for the Slashy Souls. You really have to look it up. And the animations are god awful.
And there's a really
dodge
weird
animation.
Yeah. And there's a really weird discrepancy in the art style because sometimes you'll see like these beautiful detailed pixel art characters mixed with like the shittiest little low resolution skeletons you've ever seen in your life. It's just
I'm looking at some of those skeletons right now. They look really bad. Oh my god! But yeah, I can't believe this is. I can't believe this is published by Bandai Namco. That's insane.
Yeah, it's just
that is absolutely insane. This is shovelware.
And it's funny because I've been actually abstaining from watching Dark Souls 3, trailers and gameplay, because for once I think I'm gonna go into a game with 100% blind, which hasn't happened in decades probably.
Right.
And of all the things I've seen about Dark Souls 3, it's been Slashy Souls. So I'm hoping that gets me, sufficiently, Scrooged about the prospects of it being a good game, and then I'm pleasantly surprised. I hope that's my only hope.
Well, fair enough. I'd say that's a perfectly reasonable wish.
All right. Next Greenlight guess. It's like nothing you've ever played before. You are a helicopter with a grand mission to save the Earth from petty crime. With the help of your trusty human companion Clyde, the hot dog man, no criminal can stand in your way. 10 revolutionary point-and-click chapters, 3 action-based submissions, 1 epic boss fight against who might be the baddest of the baddies. Get your flight helmet on your sketchpad ready. You are a helicopter, but you are also a cop.
Oh, come on. Oh, God. I'm cringing, but I think it's real. That's the thing. I think it's real.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That one's fake. That one I think was the most well-constructed of the fake ones because a couple reasons. One, it does, there's a pattern in the fake ones, and I'm not going to give it away till the end. but I'll come back to that. 2, it's actually a fleshed out description. Like, it's really well thought out, and it's right on the borderline of being ridiculous but believable and like a decent concept for a game. You know?
Yeah.
That was submitted by @HP Wendes on Twitter. So
jeez, that's a really good one.
very good. I want to play I think he called it Helicop.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, and I would play that. I'd play the shit out of
Yeah,
Helicop.
helicopter.
I want to be a helicopter and a cop at the same time.
It's a perfect concept. It's just taking 2 words and mashing them together. How could you beat that?
Yeah, no, it's true. Okay. Fight your way through high school with the power of pasta. Let the carbs flow through your veins.
That's it?
That's it. That's the
fake.
whole description. Are you sure?
That's fake.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's fake. That was submitted
Damn it,
by
dude.
@out the court.
Okay. Well, thank
Yep.
you for that.
Yep.
I appreciate it, but I mean, pasta.
Yeah,
I would play a pasta game. Let's be honest here.
you would. You're
Yeah.
a pasta monger, as we call you.
Mhm.
All right. You are a 25-year-old man, live in a apartment alone, having nightmares every day, but sometimes nightmares come to life. You are going to face something you will ever seen before in your whole life. I have a quest for you. Find the A creature. It has black eyes and a creepy face.
What the fuck? Yes, that's real. No, wait, no. How
You want
could
me to
that
read
be
it again?
real? But it is
Because that
real,
one's
I
tough
think.
to kind of take in one
Yeah,
go.
I don't. I mean, there's no punctuation, so I would
Very.
say that. You know what? I'm gonna say that that's real.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is real. Nice job. That one is called
Yeah.
Nightmares with an apostrophe. Let me link you. This one's
An
cached.
apostrophe.
Yeah, Nightmares.
Oh,
'Cause-
babe.
Oh, wait. Did that not work? Shit. Did that work for you?
I see it.
Oh, you do? Okay. It didn't work for me for some reason.
No. 404. Yeah, there's an error.
What the
Okay,
fuck?
sorry.
What the fuck?
I think there's a double
Did I
linkage or
fuck up
something.
in there somewhere?
I'm not sure. I'm
Ah,
looking at the
crap. Hang on. I'm going to find this. I'm going to
Okay.
find the description for this. All I got to do is Google it and hit the cache page. The cache. Here we go. Oh, what the hell? Where is it? No. Maybe I'll add Greenlight at the end. I had the page. Greenlight. No, I can't find it. Fuck. I don't know what happened.
That sucks.
It's been wiped from the internet, but womp womp. My favorite part of that is you're going to face something you will ever seen before, not
You will,
not never.
Yeah, you will ever seen before.
in
I
your
feel
whole
like there's a market for this kind of thing.
There
where
is.
Really, people seem to be doing this a lot. So
Uh-huh.
obviously there's a market for just not even bothering to learn how to describe the game. So-
And I feel like the next Greenlight guest is going to have a lot of this carefully constructed broken English just based on today's episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to have my work cut out for me next time.
You will. Let's do another one. Equestrian Riding 2016. Ride in over 5 Western pleasure events. Have the thrilling experience of competition.
I mean pleasure.
5 Western pleasure events. You can ride in them.
Is it in what way is it pleasurable?
I don't know. Like the cat likes it. I don't know if you heard that.
I heard the cat.
Yeah, he was like, pleasure events.
Well,
Well, first off, do you think this is real or fake? Equestrian Riding 2016.
I've seen a lot of horse games, but I mean when you say something like pleasure events, you confuse me greatly. I'm gonna say it's fake.
Final answer?
Yeah.
You're correct. That was submitted
'cause-
by @Kelby Kaplinger on Twitter.
Thank you, Kelby, for that. But yeah, you know why I say it's fake is because it sounds so perfect up until pleasure events. And then it's like that's supposed to plant it just plants the seed of something a little bit more lascivious and dirty in the brain.
That's why I liked this one a lot, because of the pleasure events. I thought it was pretty excellent. Let me well, there's a thing a phenomenon that happened in regards to this one that is one of my favorite things on Twitter. So you ever tweet about something and then it's like something either really lewd or something awful, and then a bot that just searches out a certain term in the tweet retweets it to like its thousands of followers? That happened with this, with the pleasure riding. Let me find it. Yeah, the Two on the Vine Question Riding 2016 Riding Over 5 Western Pleasure Events, retweeted by let me find it. It was retweeted by this lady's account who she apparently somehow has set, Laura Broadhurst. I'll link you to the Twitter. It's just, her description. Here's the link. Her description: I am a #horse lover. I love to care for them and ride them all the time. I have a horse of my own. Just love them. It seems so innocent, and she's probably just like, she set some kind of script on her Twitter to just retweet any horse tweet. And here she is retweeting to her 4,200 followers about Equestrian Rider 2016 riding 5 pleasure events.
It's amazing. And check this out, too. She has 93,000 pictures on her Twitter.
93,000
photos,
and
400,000 tweets.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. You know what, though? When you look at the links, it's don't click those links.
No, definitely not.
Because if you look at the link at the bottom, it says https t.co. That is, some of these bots are actually, I've been seeing a lot of them lately, where you click that and it'll just steal your IP.
Yep.
So.
Yep. They'll hack your internets. They'll hack them straight.
You don't want to get your internet hacked. So
No.
Be careful there with the equestrian horse pleasures.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready for another one?
Yeah.
Okay. Play from toilets to chairs to benches and learn their feelings from a whole new perspective in Seat Simulator 2016.
Seat Simulator? No, it's fake.
Final answer?
Yeah, what's the game? How is there a game there?
You play from toilets to chairs to benches and you learn their feelings from a whole new perspective in.
Oh, right. I see. Well, now that you say it like that, no, it's fake.
That is fake, yeah. It was submitted by @PandaWetWork on Twitter.
Okay.
Okay, a couple more.
Okay.
Okay. Bubo and his burrito boys are back. Crash your way through 8 slippery sliding levels and give him the Olay 1-2.
That is also fake.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is fake. You're right. Bubo.
The Olay 1-2.
The
what
Olay.
does that mean?
Because it looks like when you're reading it, it'll kind of make more sense. It looks like Ol 1-2, like give him the Ol 1-2.
Oh, give him the
spelled
Ol 1-2.
The Ol 1-2, which I don't know if that was intended by him, but that was what I really liked about this one. I was like, give him the Olay 1-2 because it was probably intentional because it's thematically appropriate, and it's like a double meaning. It's really clever.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm enjoying it now.
Yeah.
I mean, it took me a little while to.
Bubo and his burrito boys are back. Yeah. That was submitted by @Josiah Rap Guide on Twitter.
Thank you. That's a good name too.
And I like Bubo. I think Bubo. That's a pretty solid main character video game name, like Bonk or Drake.
Well, one of my nicknames that people gave me was Vubo. And
Bubo,
then that bastardized
okay.
to Bubo.
That made it biased for you.
Yeah. When I heard Bubo, I was like, yeah, maybe not. But still, pretty good.
I should have probably said it Bubbo, because just Bubo. Bubbo and his burrito boys.
Sure.
All right. Leonard Saves the City is an adventure game starring a barkoring wiener dog who must battle paper bag monsters, invading robots, and the housing crisis to save his city.
Oh, that's amazing. How do you battle the housing crisis as a wiener dog? Who barkors? That's absolutely, that's genius. That's real.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is real. You are right. The game is called
Yes.
Leonard Saves the City, as it was in the description. I'll link you and we'll watch the trailer together.
I wanted it to be real so bad.
I know, it's like that description fills you with, determination and just joy.
Optimism.
You're like, yeah, Leonard, he's going to save the city. He's going to stop that housing crisis.
Yep. And
Now,
then you watch the trailer and it's like,
it doesn't even look incredibly awful, like especially those
No, it
zoomed out
looks-
shots when it's on the crane. The
graphically
music,
looks fine.
the music's pretty bad, or I don't know, maybe not bad, maybe it just doesn't fit the action in the trailer.
No, this music sounds like something you would find in like a creative, like if you're building like toilet sim and like you have to like construct a toilet in 3D and you get to rotate the toilet and add different parts to it. This is the music that would play for that, not for a 2D platformer starring a dog.
But yeah, that game fills me with hope. I like that a lot. Battles paper bag monsters and being robots and the housing
Yeah.
crisis.
Yeah, dogs are cool people.
Yeah, I mean, it's in San Francisco, so you actually get to explore Golden Gate Park, and go to downtown and, see all
Yeah.
the people and
That's all the people.
misplaced furniture monsters. There's also dog detective smell mode. Use your nose to uncover hidden secrets and emotions in the environment and creatures around you, visualized in a sleek, clean, minimalist UI, etc.
Yeah, I guess I would play that too, but it looks a little bland when you.
It does.
I thought it was going to be this big, giant, crazy.
Yeah, like Leonard, there he goes, off to stop
Yeah.
that crisis. Yeah.
But it's just like, oh look, Leonard's jumping from left to right.
Yeah.
But
It
it's
could be a little
okay.
bit better. But
Yeah.
that's actually our final one for this episode of Greenlight Guess. Now, there's been a pattern, and I want to eliminate this pattern for future, entries amongst the fake ones. And I want to see if you can spot it based on today's episode.
The only pattern I could think of were that the fake ones were a little shorter.
Now, that is true. It's not 100% true. Like,
That's
especially
not always the case.
Yeah, because I think the last time we did Greenlight Guess, we had a lot of longer ones because I remember getting a lot of like paste spins and screenshots. And I encourage everyone submitting to do that. You don't have to, because again, if any pattern emerges, then it could ruin it. But if you have a longer one, submit the longer ones. And I'll try to do a better job finding shorter ones. Like Leonard Saves the City is a good example. That was a short one. It was just one sentence, and it was real. So, but you are right. In general, most people try to fit it into a tweet if it's a fake one, and that can potentially give it away.
Not always, but
Now, the
yeah,
big
it's-
pattern this time around, and I actually edited some of them to get rid of this, because almost every single fake one did this. They all start with game name : like College Simulator, an exciting first-person adventure, blah, blah, blah. Vapor Venture, welcome to a world full
Oh.
of Hard Street Harry, the only brawler featuring Knights of Yif Table, a sexy fur-filled adventure, etc. Equestrian Riding 2016, Riding Over 5, just get to the description. Start with the description, because if you go on Greenlight, when you read the description, you're not going to see it always start with Leonard Saves the City, a bark-wearing wiener dog, etc. So,
right, it doesn't always happen like that. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. If you want to mix it up a little bit, that would probably help confuse me a little further. I didn't notice the pattern, but anything to make the entry seem more legit. I enjoyed those a lot. Everyone that submitted, thank you so much. That was really, oh my god, I got some pretty good laughs out of that. But also, I have to say, the real ones, some of those real ones were just,
they were great.
oh my god. Yet the gem of today's Greenlight Guest was a game that wasn't even Greenlight Guest, which is that Wiener game, Wiener Butthole Fit.
Genital jousting.
Schlong Schlampers. That one in particular.
Slashy
definitely.
schlongs. Slashy
Schlumpy
schlongs. That's hard to say.
Schlong Schlimbles.
Slashy schlong souls. Schlols.
That's a good combination. It's just a wiener walking around in the Dark Souls world praising the sun with his flaps.
Yep.
His ball flaps. Anyway, I enjoyed that. Thank you so much, everyone, for the submissions, and thank you, KY, for being, as always, an unbiased and most excellent host.
You're very welcome. It's been fun, and we'll have to do that again. You want to do it again next time, or you want to try to do a new thing? I was thinking maybe we could revisit the Pokemon one, but that didn't have the best reception at the time. I don't know if it's because I'm not as good at improv as you are. But tell you what, we're trying to get Justin Roiland on the show soon, like maybe next episode or so. He would be great for that. The Pokemon.
Yeah, I would enjoy that.
But then again, he might already know what all the Pokemon are, for all I know. We'll have to ask him if he plays Pokemon. If he says no, then we'll have to do that. We'll have to do that skit because I think he'd be good at it.
What if we make up Pokemon names and just say, "Well, what do you think this looks like?"
Yeah, we could do that.
We'll give him some real ones, and then we'll throw in a few fake ones.
Or the viewers can submit them. We could call it.
Okay.
We could call it. What's a? Hand. Let me get my thesaurus. What's a synonym for fake using a P, because it has to have alliteration in it?
Fox, Phaux.
Faux. Fake. So P.
Fox.
Pseudo. No. Pretended. Apparently. Pretended Pokemon.
Phonymon.
Phonymon. That's pretty good.
Or Pokemok.
I like Phonymon. Or even, Pokemok. Both of those are great. So use hashtag Pokemok. Pokemok. Hashtag Pokemok. Submit your Pokemon names. You don't need to, come with a description. Just the name is enough, and we'll extrapolate. Let the masters do the work.
Yeah, the masters of improv. That I can come up with anything. Give me something to come up with. I'll make it up right now. You ready?
Sure.
Yeah.
So, you want me to come up with the name, the Pokemon name?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna call it. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna think a good one. Sprucelated.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so Sprucelated was born in the misty foothills of the Kanto region when a mutation between a spruce tree and an electric Pokemon named Scrubalator went awry, and they got involved into a romantic relationship, and the evolution just went into this whole weird direction, and it looks like a combination of a mechanical tree with a long nose that shoots ferns out of its hole. Which hole? That's for you to decide. but yeah, it's half tree, half electric element.
All right, one more. Sheftel.
Yeah, Sheftel is, well, he there's a lot of interesting facts about Sheftel that I could tell you about at this moment in time. For example, he can cook.
Okay.
And
what does
the other
Sheftel
thing
look
is,
like?
Sheftel is a giant chef hat. At the bottom, he's got little feet that like centipede feet that carry the chef hat along. The chef hat at the top, there's two eyes, and then there's a mouth. But instead of a mouth, it's a spatula. It's like a tongue, and it goes like this. And then that's yeah.
Good. Croak Punch.
Croak Punch is a dead frog type Pokemon who is dead, and also it's just a fist frog. I mean, that one's a good one because that one's very evocative of what it could look like. It's a fist.
That would be
frog.
a Generation 1 fake Pokemon, if you ask me. So yeah, come up with some interesting, evocative Pokemon names, and maybe if we decide to go with this skit, I don't even know. Watch, everyone's going to submit everything. We're not even going to do it, but submit, and we will perhaps use your Pokemon names in it. Hashtag Pokemon.
Pokemok, Pokemock. And I think what will be even cooler, once we do our Pokemok segment, maybe we can get some people to draw a few of our descriptions. It doesn't have to be too much detail, but just like little sketches. And what we'll do is we'll have a link for everyone to go to on a future 2 on the Vine so they can see what these Pokemoks look like.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
So you come up with a name, we interpret, you draw. It'll be a lot of fun.
It'll be rousing. It'll be a gay old time. I can't wait.
It'll make life worth living.
Yeah, that's what I say.
But only briefly. Until
Briefly
the
worth
crushing
living.
pain of reality comes back. But anyway.
Until the reminder of student loans and being an adult
Right.
come back.
Yeah, and then when that happens, you just you play yourself some video games until you cry yourself to sleep at night. In particular, what video games have you been playing in which to do that?
Let's
The
see.
best segues 2016.
Well, I was gonna say, speaking of Pokemon, the Pokemon Direct just happened.
Oh,
I think
shit,
my
right.
segue beat the shit out of your segue, but I didn't get a chance. So
I'm sorry.
Wait,
I'll tell you what. We should do the Pokemon Direct.
you want to do that now? Okay,
Yeah, we should.
because fresh on our minds, we both just watched it before the episode.
Yeah.
Well, I knew what happened in it because like Carrie had told me, like, oh, it was short. They just announced the thing. I was like, oh, okay. So
Barely.
yeah, Sun and Moon, Pokemon S and M.
Yeah.
And what I presume someday there'll be Pokemon Stars. What do you think the third one will be? The third edition? If there will
Pokemon
be.
Galaxy.
Oh, I would play the shit out of that. I might wait for Galaxy if that was the case.
Just remember that you're standing on a planet. I forget the words.
Revolving at 1,000,000 miles a day.
Miles an hour. Day.
Day, whatever. I don't know.
You got it right. I would very much like a Pokemon Galaxy. I think Sun and Moon is pretty cool. Pokemon Sun, it would be like, are there going to be like bright shiny Pokemon that are more sun related, or they're going to be children of other Pokemon? I'm sorry, that was terrible.
That was really bad. I don't know. Or what about Moon? Is it just going to be giant ass cheek Pokemon?
Yeah, well, I guess since we've devolved to that level of comedy with Sun, we had to go for the Moon. I was thinking it.
That's okay. But I don't know. Like, well, here's the thing. What do you hope for in Pokemon Sun and Moon? Is there anything that you want them to change or hoping or wish they would do? Like, what is it? Like, first off, you've been playing Pokemon pretty much every generation, right? Like, you played X, Y. Incorrect?
Yeah, I've only ever played most of Pokemon Red when it first came out.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of Pokemon Snap, and then I played Pokemon X in full on the stream.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
And that's
Never mind
it.
then.
I have very limited Pokemon experience.
Now, was there anything in Pokemon X and Y that surprised you was still a thing? Like a tendency that they introduced in Red and Blue, and you were like, well, that kind of sucked. Do you think after, over 20 years, or about 20 years of Pokemon games, they would have, fixed this by now? Was there anything glaring? What was it?
Yeah, it was the movement on the world map. Or when you move in 8 directions and you have to get a bike, and it's just like really stunted movement.
It is very stiff. Yeah.
It's stiff, and it's reminiscent of the old Game Boy ones. It gets a little bit better when you get like the bike, I think, or the roller skates, but generally it's still top down. You need a Pokemon to cut little bushes that obscure your path, and there's some it's still like, what did everyone want for a long time? We wanted a Pokemon game that's like third person, open world, giant world.
Still want it.
Like beautiful graphics where you can, really kind of explore and have freedom.
Now,
something like Skyrim Pokemon style.
Now imagine, for me, this is what I want, because I agree with you 100% that the movement feels stilted, the design just feels like a top-down, still feels top-down even though it's technically closer to third person now in a lot of areas, but it feels very gridded, which, is an RPG thing, so I can't exactly blame them. But what I would love is if the town designs match the kind of creativity of the level design of Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
Could you imagine like these huge, like vertically fleshed out towns, or not even necessarily vertically, just different areas, maybe some light platforming? Nothing that's like frustrating, but just like where you can be creative with where you're traveling. Like if you poke your nose into certain spots, or really try to get to certain spots, you'll find secrets and caves.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
And
that would be cool. And like you could use like different Pokemon. Like for example, okay, how cool would it be if you get to control your Pokemon in the sense that, like, say you notice like there's a little crack in the wall, and you get to be, your Onyx Pokemon, and certain Pokemon could break through that, and you use their on-world map attack, and then you can see them break through. and you have to like use your brain about which Pokemon might do what. Like, oh, I have a water Pokemon that can put out the fire.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, I get it because it's such like tradition, and what we know works versus something that could kind of go wrong if it's not done right. So I understand why there's still like this limitation that we see, but I think it's time to move away from that to evolve the series a little bit, in my opinion.
I agree. My big thing that I want changed, I'm sick of, and I come from the same kind of background as you, where I played all of Red. I was probably the only person in my school who did Red over Blue, which was nice because fucking everyone wanted to trade with me. It was awesome. Shit was cash. But so I played Red, and then I played some of Diamond, and then a pretty big chunk of Y. So I also missed some of the middle years there. But one thing that shocked me was still a big thing were, I guess, the HMs, or the whatever it is that teaches you like cut and fly and surf and things that you need to use on the world map in order to get past like the progress gates, I guess, like the ability gating. You know what I mean? The fact that those take up battle slots annoys the living shit out of me. Like the fact that each Pokemon only gets 4 slots, and that's fine. I'm fine with that restraint, but the fact that you need to devote any of those already limited slots to something that you only use once in a while on the world map absolutely infuriated me.
I didn't even consider that. That's actually
it makes me so mad because I'm the type who wants to really optimize my moveset. Like I want to have like moves for almost every situation, or at least have to weigh which ones my weak points, you know what I mean? Because I can't have it all. I can't have my cake and eat it too. The fact that I also have to use some of those slots on shit I'm never going to use just for the stupid gating stuff really makes me mad. The only alternative is to have what they call an HM mule, which is a Pokemon whose only purpose is to carry, the HMs to do those things. But then I'm down a whole goddamn Pokemon in my fighting crew. And
yeah, I didn't consider that. That's
yeah, and if I want to get around that, then I could have an HM mule and just swap them out anytime I'm in a gym. But to me, that's just so much more work when it's such a simple solution. All they have to do is make HMs a separate thing. Like, you can still have them or have some kind of ability gating and just make it so that, Squirtle knows Surf. It does not take up a battle slot unless you want it to, but he can use Surf if you need him to surf. Otherwise, he has, Bubble, Leer, and all the other stupid shit. You know what I mean? Like, just have...
Yeah. No, you're definitely right. And listen, that's the thing about what I'm saying about like evolving the series or keeping it to the conventions that we know. Like, okay, the biggest innovation, if you want to call it that, in the previous Pokemon game, as far as I know, and again, I'm not an expert. I haven't played all the games, so please, if I'm wrong, correct me, or if anyone that's listening, correct me. But like one of the biggest, if not the biggest, new thing or innovation in Pokemon X and Y was the Mega Evolution, which you barely use. It only works on some Pokemon. And I maybe use the Mega Evolutions for a combined total of 10 minutes. Or more, or maybe a little bit more than that in Pokemon X. And, that's great. It's a nice little feature. It's kind of cool. It kind of contributed to the story. But when we're talking about like actually taking the series and moving it in a different direction or moving it forward, it would be nice to see things like what KY is talking about. Or it would be nice to see things like maybe a Pokemon game where it's kind of like Paper Mario, where you have to like, so, if you're Squirtle and you want to use the water attack, you got to press A repeatedly.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's various...
some battle.
Yeah, like little...
Yeah.
Just little things. And that maybe is totally irrelevant. Or maybe even just a way to have a few more skills. Because I find myself parting with skills so frequently that I never really get a chance to like learn strategy with other skills. So I wouldn't mind a few more slots. Like maybe you could unlock or like spend a slot so you have 5 skills on one Pokemon, or maybe 6.
See, I kind of like the limitation because to me the most interesting choices in Pokemon are those really difficult, like I only have 4 slots. Do I want to get rid of one for this cool new move? And while I kind of like the 4 I have, you need to make those really tough choices because you're going to forget one of them forever.
That is true.
I like that, at least from like a challenge standpoint. You have to really critically think about it, and for a child's game, that's a pretty huge concept. At least I feel like it's a pretty huge
Yeah.
concept, or what was originally a child's game, I should say, before anyone gets too mad at me. But at the same time, I also agree with you. I think it would also be nice to be able to get maybe one extra slot. You know what I mean? I'd be fine either way.
It's like a power tab in Chrono Trigger where you find a power tab on the world map and you have to figure out how you want to spend it. Which character do you want to spend it on? So say I really have leveled up this Pikachu that I really, really like, and I want to give this Pikachu one more move. Well, I could spend it on the Pikachu, and maybe, I won't find many more of those. Maybe I'll find like 4 more, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So something like that could be interesting, but that's not really a necessity. For me, it's just starting a dialogue about what could change in these games going forward. What are the essential elements and ingredients of Pokemon that won't be changed, won't be taken away?
Yeah.
And how does the franchise evolve and go forward? Will we ever get like a live action, like where you actually say you throw a Pokeball on the world map, and then in the world map you're battling right there? It just zooms in a little bit, and you're just, all the surroundings are the same, and then you take control of the Pokemon, and then you press, A for Thunderbolt.
Like it turns
B
into like
for,
an action RPG. That's what you're saying.
Sure, something like like Crisis Core, or like what the new Final Fantasies are doing. Not that I really particularly love what they're doing, but I'm not even saying I want that. But would that ever happen? Is that something Nintendo would ever give a shot?
Well, I mean, they do have alternative Pokemon, like not spoofs, but like spin-offs, like Super Mystery Dungeon just came out, which is like a roguelike, like a classic roguelike. But here's exactly, fighting games. So they do have spin-offs, but I think we were saying like new elements in a mainstream entry or a main entry, I guess.
Yeah, how does that happen? That's what I'm curious about.
Here's my interpretation of the concept that you brought up, the fifth slot. If I was a game designer, here's how I would do it. I would have a 5th slot that, first off, you got to unlock the 5th slot. But point is, at some point, there's a 5th slot for use on certain Pokemon that only contains moves that once their PP is completely gone, they're gone forever. So not only is it a limited usage move in the field, but once you've used up all of its limited uses, you cannot restore its PP. So like imagine if Pikachu had an attack that made it so it could attack 3 times in a row, or like maybe use an attack and an item back to back, consuming one turn. That would be its 5th slot thing. Maybe it has 10 uses, and once you've used all 10 over the course of however many battles, it's gone. You can't do it anymore. That way, you still have your main 4 moves, and then a 5th one for utility that you have to really decide, do I want to spend one of my renewable resources on this? Is this a good time to do this? I only have 10 uses in the whole game, and then maybe you can replace it with something else. I don't know, but
that makes sense. That's a way to kind of add a little new innovation without
it kind of almost gives it like
fundamentally breaking the game.
Yeah, and it kind of I feel that would almost give it like a mild, like in the age of like permadeath and roguelike features in non-roguelike games, that would be like my version of that in Pokemon, to have like a move that you can only use a certain number of times and the move is gone forever. Period.
Yeah.
I think
that's
that'd be
not a bad idea.
I think that'd be cool as hell.
Sure, and that's the thing. All these ideas are, I think there's certainly people at Nintendo who are thinking about these ideas.
There's certainly people at Nintendo listening to this podcast right now.
Stop deleting my videos. There's another thing that I wanted to talk about, like in relation to Pokemon Sun and Moon. We don't know a whole lot about them. In fact, I'm not even sure which footage from that direct was from Sun and Moon, if any. I don't think any was. Mm-hmm. Maybe there was only a little bit, but whatever the case is, I'm not a huge enough Pokemon fan to do all the detective work, I'm sorry to say. But I'm curious if it's just going to be another extension of X and Y. I'm wondering if it's going to be for the new 3DS only, which I don't think it is. I think it's going to be for the all 3DS, so it'll sell maximum.
The old 3DS.
All old. And I think it'll
like
probably...
Auld Lang Syne.
AULD.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like whatever it is, they're saying that you can transfer Pokemon from across generations, stuff like that. That's cool. But, the Pokemon fans, and this is my gripe with Nintendo as much as it is a compliment to Nintendo, the whole Pokemon thing being like, well, just more of the same is good, because if it's not broke, don't fix it. The fans really want just more adventures with a very similar, so similar mechanics, fresh new coat of paint. That's fine. Like, I'm okay with that to some extent. I applaud Mario and Zelda games for taking that and trying a few new different things. Like Link Between Worlds tried some different stuff. The new Zelda for the Wii U, that they're trying to do some like more open world stuff. And Mario, obviously, with Mario 64 and then Mario Galaxy changing the way we play those games.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that Nintendo's willing to take risks here and there, but it seems like Pokemon, the main franchise, is so big, is so well loved, is so ubiquitous.
Yeah.
That they almost can't change it very much.
It has so much momentum and inertia that it's reached critical mass that if they change it, they're going to piss a lot of people off. And really, there's no incentive to change it, because no matter what they put out, it's going to, sell millions and millions of copies. So.
And again, if it's the same formula and they know it's the formula that works, they know people are going to be satisfied with the product.
Yeah.
And they've been for years. The games sell great. So there's no reason really to change a whole lot. So, I'm excited for Sun and Moon. I'm probably going to play it. It's been a while since I played a new Pokemon game. So you know what? Sure, I'm in. I'm on board. But I just, I would like a little something, a little more different than
a little something on the end.
Yeah, and that's my whole feelings about that, I suppose.
Cool. What video games have you been playing lately?
I'm gonna rapid fire a few at you.
Sure.
Probably, I guess the big ones were, I was playing a lot of XCOM 2.
Okay.
I was playing Devil Daggers.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Subnautica.
Awesome.
And new Counter-Strike map update. Played a little bit of that. And also Smash again with Bayonetta and Corrin.
Right. Tell me about Devil Daggers, because I haven't played it yet, and I've heard a lot of really interesting rumblings on the internet about it.
Sure. Devil Daggers is a $5 game that looks like Quake when it comes to the graphical fidelity.
Okay.
However, it's very smooth and the enemies look great. So graphically, it's great, but in its own weird way. There's not a lot going on. It's pretty much the same wave of enemies every time you play the game. It's a first-person shooter, and you have a choice between rapid fire attack, where you shoot little things from your rivets from your fingers, or you could do a shotgun attack. And it's just a really fast-paced run around this little arena, shooting skulls that follow you and killing bigger skulls that all have different like little features and things. And you get your fingers upgraded only twice, by the way. So it's super limited. There's not a lot of stuff to look at or do, but it's really addictive because you notice yourself getting better at it as you go on. Like, how do I best approach this situation? How do I, do I go for the little skulls or the big skull? And then, so as you get better at the game, your score goes up and the time that you survive goes up. It's all about time. I have about 103 seconds I've survived. That's as far as I've made it.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I've heard.
It's okay.
From what's your leaderboard ranking?
It's not. I don't know actually. It's not that low, but it's not that high. But yeah, I didn't make it to some of the harder, parts of the game. But it's really just that over and over and over again. And people in chat when I was streaming it were like, "You would spend $5 on this shit," because they were like, "Well, there's nothing."
It's $5. $5. That's it. It's like nothing.
But I kind of get it because if you're not playing it, you might not understand it. It's just one of those games you got to, play like for a half hour, and then you're like determined to keep getting better.
Yeah.
It's like the purest, like, you know how Spelunky, you
Hmm.
just notice improvement and you get a little further each time.
You learn about the game and its mechanics, and you learn how to assess, situations. Uh huh.
And the game doesn't hold your hand.
Hmm.
That is Devil Daggers in its own weird, unique way, and it's reminiscent of the old tournament style first person shooters,
Hmm.
and it's really good, really addictive, really creepy. Excellent sound design, by the way. You know what's around you if you have headphones on. It's especially good,
Hmm.
and I think it's a great and interesting little $5 game that could be very addictive for a lot of people. So that's
Yeah.
my Devil Daggers experience.
I've heard, because I generally know the gist of it. I've heard it's similar in spirit to Spelunky, and for the reason that you said, where you learn kind of the different enemies. Because as the game goes on, there are only certain enemies that will spawn at like the 45-second mark or something. So not only are you doing these runs over and over, but as you get better, you continuously start to see new things as well. And then you got to learn and master the new things to get to the next new things, because you just start at the beginning each time. So in that way, it's like Spelunky, but it's also a lot like Super Hexagon, I've heard, because Super Hexagon is purely an experience based on survival on a time scale. Like you survive 90 seconds, 100 seconds, and then that compares you to a global leaderboard and your leaderboard of friends, and that's like the main drive, is trying to get your number a little bit higher or to beat your friends. Is that
That's
correct?
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about just at this point, I would say the game and its longevity is solely leaderboard. But it's cool though because, you know, it's been a while since like we had that feel of like all the arcades.
Hmm.
When you're in an arcade, you play so that you can get the high score, right?
Yeah.
That's this. This game is that all over again, and it's a really fun feeling.
Cool.
So
You ever
yeah, I
played?
think it's cool.
Oh, geez, voice crack. You ever played Super Hexagon before? By the way,
No.
you should. It's great. It's really good. Can't recommend it enough. It's on phones.
Okay. Super
Yep.
Hexagon. I think I've seen you stream it. If that
Really?
counts. Wait, have you?
I've streamed it for a total of like 5-10 seconds before, because it fucks the bit rate of, or it fucks the encoding of streaming, because
Okay,
it's
so
so
I never
fast
watched you
and
stream it.
no, but
I
you should
believe I've
definitely,
watched a video of it though.
yeah, you should try it. I think you would like it if you like the spirit of Devil Daggers, like the just get a little bit higher of a time and unlock. Well, in I guess Super Hexagon has more unlockables than Devil Daggers does. You unlock like 6 different difficulties, and each one has its own like patterns and twists. But it's very much the same kind of thing where you just survive a certain amount of time, you get better, and you can feel yourself getting better, and it's just really addictive and fun.
Cool. I'm watching the video now. Yeah, I have seen this in video form. Oh,
And
dear
it's
God.
it's kind of hard to follow in a video. It's really when you actually have it in your hands, you'll kind of get it, and you'll feel, because it's very much about game feel as well, like the feeling of just barely making it past a barrier and continuing on, and like your muscle memory taking over, and time starts to slow down, and it's like the closest thing to time travel, to the sensation of time travel, at least when you get to the higher difficulties. It's pretty excellent.
Yeah, this looks absolutely insane, but I think it would be. Oh my God, I'm watching some of these stages. Holy shit! Yeah, this looks amazing. But I don't know if I'd be cut out for this. I would have an aneurysm.
Just try
Devil
it.
Daggers gives
Just
me
try
an
it.
aneurysm too.
Just
All
try
right,
it.
fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah,
I'll try it.
yeah. Just try it.
Okay.
XCOM 2.
How about you?
Oh, what have I been playing, or did you want to talk about anything else?
Well, did you play XCOM 2 or no?
Not yet. Carrie has it, but I have not played it yet. So, but you should tell
So-
me about it. What you think about it? I played
Well,
XCOM 1.
before I tell you about XCOM 2, why don't you tell me what you've been up to?
Okay. Okay. I'll tell you what I've been playing. You tell me the one you want to hear more about. So,
Okay.
I've been playing SUPERHOT.
Oh yeah.
I played Undertale. This was a while ago, but I just thought I'd bring it up since it finally happened.
Okay.
I've been streaming Super Mario RPG for the first time.
Okay.
And I've been
That's
playing a browser game called Reactor Idol, or Reactor Game.
Okay. Why don't we talk a little bit about Super Hot
Super
first? Because I
Hot.
played the demo to that
Super
2 years ago.
Hot. It's good. It's the most
Super
innovative
hot.
shooter I've played in years. Well, that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but it's very good. is really, really nice. It has a, well, to kind of give people the idea of it for those who have never heard of a SUPERHOT, it's a first-person shooter that where time only moves when you do. So like imagine there's 3 enemies, pointing guns at you and shooting at you down a long hallway. Now you start to run forward, but the bullets are only moving when you're moving, so you can kind of dodge around the bullets. It gives you essentially like infinite reflexes. And it leads to a lot of really cool action scenes. Like there's 2 guys, you have a gun and 1 bullet, you shoot one of them, you toss your pistol at the other to stun him, catch his gun while it's flying through the air, and shoot him with his own gun. Like these kind of very much like action movie sequences with loads of polish, loads of style, and it's just really fun. My only criticism, and this has been most people's criticism, is that the campaign is a little bit short. It's like and I dicked around a little bit between it, and it took like between levels, and it took me about 3.5 hours. But from a polish standpoint, it's fantastic, and it has a lot of extras too, like a lot of extra like little mini games, a lot of extra challenge modes. Because that's the thing, when you're done with the campaign, you have a lot of challenge modes that switch it up. Like there's one called katana only mode, which is what it sounds like. They give you a katana, you cannot use guns, you cannot punch, you can throw your katana, but then you have to pick it up, and that's the only way to get a new weapon.
Okay.
Or there's like a let me think of another one. There's like a speed run, like a time attack mode. There's time attack where the timer is only moving when you're moving, and then there's time attack where the timer continues to count even when you're not moving.
Okay.
So it has and there's an endless mode with stages that unlock as you get higher scores on previous stages. So it does have a lot of extra content, especially if you like the core gameplay enough to keep you going.
To keep playing, right.
Yeah. Like if you're just playing for the plot, and there is a pretty interesting kind of abstract plot going on that I actually really enjoyed, and I was worried about that based on the original prototype. I was like, this is cool, but I don't know what they could possibly do with it story-wise, and they did some interesting things. But
it's a game like that doesn't really even need a story.
No, it doesn't.
Honest.
Not at all.
And it's nice that they put the effort in.
Yeah, and that's why the challenge mode and the endless mode work really well, because if you are like most people who is going to be playing it primarily for the gameplay, then there is a lot of content. Like it could last you many hours just beating every challenge stage, getting high scores in endless mode, and really just deciphering the kind of meta plot that's embedded in it, because there's a lot of hidden stuff in the game as well. But it's cool.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool as hell. I love the graphics. Like each enemy is kind of like polygons in a way, so when you shoot them, they shatter.
It's a fighting polygon team.
Yeah, and they like shatter into like millions of little triangles when you shoot them. But since time is only moving when you do, if you shoot them and it causes crazy shattering of polygons, you stop moving and you can kind of inspect the crazy particle mess before it flies away or hits the ground. And
that's cool.
It's just stylistically awesome, and it nails the feel, it nails the style. Everything about it is just great. I really loved the experience, and I'm gonna be doing the challenges and stuff, probably not on stream, but just like when I'm bored,
Okay, so you know what? Because it's so short, I will stream it. Probably.
And you should. You should.
Because I think that sounds cool as fuck, and I remember the demo being really fun and enjoyable, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is great." But that was years ago, so I haven't really kept up with its development. So now I'm curious to see the final version.
It definitely, like, the demo had a lot of style on its own, and I think a lot of people were expecting the full game to pretty much just be a longer and more varied version of the demo. But when I go back and look at the demo, it feels like a very stripped down prototype. It lacks all the polish of the final game. It lacks the plot. It lacks those extra gameplay elements. It feels very lacking. It's just kind of a proof of concept.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Now, if they put that much work into it now, that's great.
Yeah. And it turned out really great, and I'm very happy with it. The main contention is the price point. It's over $20. Which for, everyone says, well, it's only 3 hours of gameplay. And that's fine. It comes down to what you value more out of your purchases. Do you value polish more, or do you value replayability and length more? I'm kind of a mixture of the two, and I do wish that the main campaign was longer. But I don't feel like I've wasted my money simply because the game is incredibly well polished. It was an experience that I'm always going to remember because it was just really, really well done. And it's still going to give me a lot of longevity after all because I'm going to be doing a lot of the challenges and stuff. So,
Yes. So then you get your money's worth. I mean, the only thing I would say is like, if people aren't feeling that price point, then Steam sales.
yeah.
There's
And yeah, just
definitely
wait for
going to
the
be
sale.
Steam sales.
Just don't go on the internet and bitch about it because it's not going to change anything. Like, just wait for it. If it's too high for you, I don't blame you. Just wait for a sale and then get it then because it'll be worth it. I imagine it'll eventually be in a Humble Bundle too. Like, I got a feeling that game's cut out for bundles.
Yeah, I would say something like that.
But if you don't mind, if you got an extra $20, I would certainly recommend it. I think it's great. So, cool. And there's an in-game discount for other people that you can share with people. So if you ask around, someone probably has an extra code lying around to get a discount in the game.
Cool. Yeah, that's actually really. I didn't even expect something like that. But yeah, SUPERHOT. That sounds cool. You just kind of sold me on it, and I think I was avoiding SUPERHOT. Not avoiding it, but I didn't realize it was this good. So yeah, I'll probably check it out now that you've mentioned it.
Yeah, I think you'll have a really good time with it. But otherwise, I played Undertale, Super Mario RPG, Reactor Idol.
Okay, I don't really want to hear too much about Undertale.
Okay.
Because I've already heard about it for the past 3 months endlessly. But I want to get your opinion on it generally.
Okay, sure.
Do you feel like it was worth all the hype?
Yeah. Well, I do think it was overhyped, if that's what you mean, but I do think it was worth, because the hype is what got me to play it eventually, and I do feel it's a game worth playing. So, in that regards, yes, absolutely.
Okay, that's really good enough. That's really
I won't get too deep into it. I'll be very brief. Yeah. The music far exceeds, the music far exceeds the game, in my opinion. The game was really good. I think it has really great characters. They're very memorable. Small cast, which I really enjoyed. They didn't clusterfuck it too much.
Okay.
It has a consistent world that I enjoyed learning about, and instead of just like trippiness for trippiness' sake. It feels very consistent. It feels very real. But the music is so unbelievably good. Like, crazy good. Like, I feel like Toby Fox, the developer, should just make game soundtracks, because he is that good at writing music.
Oh, so he did the music on top of all the other stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, as far as I know, he did everything, and then I think one other person did some of the art. And not even all of it. I don't know. But he did all the music, and the soundtrack was just, like, almost transcendent. It's just, well, that's pretty huge praise. But I do really love the soundtrack a lot.
Cool. All right. That's good to know.
So listen to the soundtrack someday, even if you never play it.
Okay. All right. So that's good praise. And you're also playing Super Mario RPG for the first time.
Yes.
And you've been enjoying it?
Yeah. It's really good. It's that's kind of my good description for when I enjoy a game. I was like, it's really good. But it is really good. It's kind of like Babby's first RPG. It's very easy, no grinding required. But I'm okay with that. I really like the style of it. Like the graphics were really neat for Super Nintendo. It feels very Squaresoft. I like that it has a lot of classic Mario characters and a lot of new characters that just fit right in, like Geno and Mallow and Smithy.
Yeah. And the crocodile man.
Croc. Yeah, Croco, whatever his name was.
Croco, yeah.
One thing I really like from a design perspective, too, is that even though it's primarily an RPG, it's very much designed like a Mario game because it's very linear. Like, you feel like you're traveling from stage to stage and working through random battles and gaining treasures and stuff. It almost feels like the same kind of progression that you get out of a classic Mario game where you travel through each zone, do a number of stages in each zone, and then get to a new one, and things are switched up a bit. That's what it feels like in Super Mario RPG. You just move from area to area to area and just push forward constantly. It doesn't try to backtrack you or get too convoluted with it. And I like that a lot.
Yeah, I like that too. I think that's one of the reasons why it's so easy to pick up when you're younger. But I think it still holds up when you get older. I haven't played it in a few years, but I actually plan on maybe streaming that game either this year or sometime early next year, just because I love it that much. But
did you beat it? I forget.
Yeah, I beat it. Oh man, so long ago. I don't even remember beating it. Put it that way. But when I first played it, when it first came out, I didn't beat it, and I had rented it. So, you know, I borrowed it from my friend at one point later on, and then I beat it. But yeah, at first I didn't even beat it. But it's worth, even if you don't complete the game, like I didn't when I was younger, it still leaves a mark on you.
Yeah,
Like it's still that cool. The music is fun, and the characters, like you said, are great. It's just a really great game. I love it.
it is. It really is just Squaresoft, right as they were about to hit their stride, like just before. Because to me, nothing beats PlayStation era Squaresoft. Like the three Final Fantasies that were on PlayStation One were, in my opinion, the best in the series. Xenogears was phenomenal. And then Super Mario RPG is right up there with those, I guess, with like Chrono Trigger
Oh,
before
sure,
it.
yeah,
Or was Chrono Trigger? Yeah, Chrono Trigger was before it, definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Just I think 1 year before, but still,
yeah. So
or
to
it
me,
was just around the same time.
it's definitely way up there with like the golden era of Squaresoft. So I'm enjoying it. Totally.
Cool, it's good to know. Um, Speaking of the golden era of a company, I played Rare Replay a little bit
Oh
more,
yeah.
and I finished Conker and I finished Blast Core, and I realized, why those games are so good.
Mm-hmm.
Conker is dated. Don't don't let it fool you. Conker has
Like
problems.
context sensitive was cool when Conker more or less introduced it along with Ocarina of Time, because Ocarina of Time also had some context sensitive things. But these days it's kind of such a standard and even outdated that when you go
Yeah,
back into it and see the huge deal it's making out of context sensitive things, it's like
yeah. It wasn't. That was only one of the problems. I mean, there was a number of gameplay things that were just so out of place and
yeah.
felt so incredibly dated that it was hard to want to continue
Uh-huh.
at some points. But that said, it was overall a really great story, really great game, and you get to see Rare at their best. And playing Blast Core and then going straight to Conquer from their first N64 game, just about, to their last N64 game, just about. It was a weird experience, but it proved to me that Rare really were masters, and I miss them.
What's your
I miss them
favorite
very much.
Rare game?
My favorite Rare game was Perfect Dark, I think.
Yeah, man, mine too. Absolutely.
The Perfect Dark was,
A
I mean,
perfect
it's like,
sequel to GoldenEye. I
yeah,
feel
it was
like
like
it
the X
just
Files and all this
it
cool stuff
improved
all
in
mixed.
everything, in my opinion, over GoldenEye. Like I love GoldenEye too. Don't get me wrong, but to me, Perfect Dark is like almost like a shining example of a sequel done right.
Agreed.
The way it expanded multiplayer, dude. The multiplayer in Perfect Dark was like pretty near revolutionary for its time.
Yeah,
The
I
amount of
plan on
malleability it had.
I plan on revisiting it soon. I want to revisit the multiplayer on the Xbox version because if you
Mm-hmm.
thought Perfect Dark was good on the N64, it's even better on the Xbox.
Mm.
It really is. It's great. Picture Perfect Dark without the shitty frame rate problems, and you have one of the best
That's
first
true.
person shooters ever made.
Yeah, yeah, I love
So,
Perfect Dark. Blast Core is really unique, and I wish there were more games like that.
yeah, me
Like
too.
more out on the limb, like oddball concepts that turn into really great gameplay mechanics.
Well, not from AAA. That was like almost like an indie game,
Yeah.
kind of ahead of its time in some ways. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yeah. Totally.
Um, but yeah, when it comes to like, there was a game I played recently that was like you had to destroy buildings and cars and stuff
Uh
and
huh.
assimilate different vehicles. I forget the name of it, but yeah. So I mean, Blast Core's influence is still felt somewhat, but not quite like that in a AAA setting.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention. Geez, I don't know how I forgot about this, but I played through The Witness, which was really
Oh
good.
yeah, 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 yeah. You were really excited about that, weren't
I
you?
was. I was so excited. It's probably my top most anticipated game this year, and it
Did it
definitely lived
deliver?
up to it. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. It was great. I loved The Witness really, and I'm kind of sad it's over. Um, yeah, it's just a really clever puzzle game. It's got one big kind of secret to it, like a secret mechanic that a lot of people didn't realize right off the bat. I realized it within I think 3 or 4 hours. A lot of people, they didn't find out until they were a good 20 hours in or so, and then it kind of just changes a lot of the game in a really cool way. It's just a very beautiful game, very well thought out puzzles. I don't know if you ever get a chance to pick it up or get a key for it, or pick it up on sale or something, because it's definitely. And talking about premium price points, The Witness is $40, but it's not really an indie game anymore. It's kind of almost AA in a way, you know?
Okay.
Because basically, Jonathan Blow made Braid, made millions of dollars, and then spent all of his millions of dollars creating The Witness. He assembled like a small team, probably a good 10 to 20 people worked on it at one point or another, and created The Witness out of his Braid money. And it turned out very well. And but what I was going to get at is that it's a puzzle game through and through. So if you like puzzle games, it's absolutely 100% worth the price point.
Right.
And even if you don't like puzzle games, I think if you were to pick it up and play it, you would understand why it's priced where it is, even if it's not necessarily for you. But if it's not for you, and it does ever go on sale, I really recommend it to try it out, and I think you would surprisingly enjoy it.
Cool. Well, that's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I knew you were excited. Glad it worked out. I heard some complaints about it, but mostly the praise for the game was pretty high, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I think a lot of people mostly felt the same way, which is good. So it's cool that someone could go that far out of their way with their earnings and not just like sit on a beach all day, but actually make something, impressive with all that money. So that's good.
It didn't even last him all development. He spent pretty much all the Braid money within, I think, the first 4 years, and then had to seek outside, funding.
Oh wow!
So he really put everything he had into it, and beyond what he actually had. And he's announced that The Witness has done well enough that it should give them enough money to make another similarly or larger sized game, plus a little bit of safety margin. So that makes me happy. That
yeah, that's good.
That someone can make really ambitious art and have enough security to continue to do that, which I like that. That makes me happy.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to see that it sold well and people pretty much picked up on what he was trying to do. So that's good.
Yeah.
I've also I kind of wanted to mention the game Subnautica real quick.
Yes, I was going to ask you.
XCOM 2 is great. I'm sure you've heard a lot about it. It's
probably
it's a
not
really
much
good game
to say about it.
It's a good sequel. It's a lot of fun. It is still XCOM, and there's some things that bothered people about it. Like there's some glitches and some timed mechanics that people didn't really care for. But overall, I would say it was a worthy sequel. And I only played a little bit of the first one, or of Enemy Unknown rather. But I've got like 25 hours in XCOM 2. And
sorry, motorcycle driving through.
And overall, though, I'd say XCOM 2 is worth checking out. Now, that said, I wanted to talk about Subnautica, which has been the surprise hit. That game has been out for a little while, and it is early access, made by the people who did Natural Selection 2 and Natural Selection 1. And obviously, and it is a fantastic game that combines beautiful environments with a great progression of building and exploring, with a little bit of Minecraft, but mostly just the world, finding all these different types of species of fish, improving your gear so that you can dive deeper. The fucking terrifying moments in this game of like finding the giant Reaper Leviathan, which can really screw with your head. The game is both scary, beautiful, interesting, and very addictive when it comes to base building. So Subnautica is one of my favorite games, and the updates once a month are very substantial, and they're continuously building on this game. Yeah, they're still, like, for early access, I think it's the best early access game available right now.
Wow, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've seen the name thrown around a lot and done very little research into what it actually was. So I tuned into one of your streams of it the other night and was really enjoying it, and I kind of really want it now. It looks great. So,
I love it. Highest recommendations. I've got maybe 12 hours in it, and I can't see myself stopping anytime soon.
And it was made by the people who made a Natural Selection 2.
Which, as we both know was a lot of fun, and they
Great.
did a great job with that. This is, I think, even better.
Yeah, man. So many
So
good games coming out these days. So many wonderful games. I like
yeah,
it.
it's been
It's
great.
it's
And
a
then
good time to be alive. I'll put it that way. We chose of all the billions of years that the universe has existed, the we managed to exist at the same
at the same
time
time as David Bowie.
as David Bowie, Perfect Dark, Subnautica, Super Mario RPG, Chrono Trigger. Like, just, oh my god, we chose just the right time. It's awesome.
I think so. And I'm really, really, like I said, I'm really happy with this game. And many others have been just great. And, I'm looking forward to the Twilight Princess remake. Um, and I hope Twilight Princess is as good as I remember it being. But
It's pretty good. It's not as
yeah,
bad. I've given it a lot of shit before, and even still, I don't think it's as bad as the shit I've given it. And I'm not just saying that to be like contrarian, you know. But yeah, I think it looks or the Ishi remake looks pretty good, and I think it's gonna be worth a shot for sure.
yeah. And then hopefully Star Fox won't be complete shit.
I hope.
And
I pray.
me too. Me
When
too.
when does next Metroid, Vinny? When?
I don't know. Okay, why? Well, I don't know when next Metroid, but I've been talking about Metroid, and Federation Force is coming out soon, supposedly, even though there's been like a media blackout on that game.
Huh?
I feel like we're just gonna have to settle with the new Zelda for now, and and hope that Star Fox is good, and hope that Nintendo figures out how to launch a system properly with the NX, and then maybe we'll start seeing some good stuff.
Maybe next episode we'll talk about what we expect from the NX, or what we hope for from the NX, and what Nintendo should do and what they
What we would like for
should
them
don't.
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've discussed NX a little bit on the podcast before, right? Just a
Have
little
we?
bit.
I don't think we have. Well, no,
Not
maybe
not
we
in any
have.
detail.
I don't remember, man. We've been recording this for over a year now. Did you know that?
Yeah.
We did the T-shirt campaign right around the 1 year anniversary, and we managed to shit out about 16 episodes in that time. And I wanted to say that to thank you to all the viewers who have been listening and telling their friends and their family and their dog, and supporting us. Everyone who bought a T-shirt, thank you so much. I'm just kind of floored by the first year's reception of the podcast.
Me too. It's been absolutely fantastic, and I just want to point out to any of the dogs listening, you guys are my favorite listeners, and I know you guys have it rough from time to time, but we're here for you if you need to take a load off and enjoy an afternoon. I can't think of any other dog puns, but if I could, man, they would be great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I think of any, I will pause the podcast
All right.
and insert them in. So.
All right, fair enough. We're both even on the shitty puns meter for the day.
I
But
think.
otherwise, you want to wrap it up for the day?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Is there anything else you really want to talk about?
Not really. I just wanted to mention again, thank you all for the support.
Yeah.
Between this podcast and maybe the next podcast, my musical rock and roll album will be out.
Oh yeah.
And we did a listening party last night, and my friends heard it in full for the first time, and they enjoyed it. And I'm excited to bring that to you. My life for the past year, aside from doing the podcast with KY, has been in and out of making music, and I just want to say it's been a very rewarding and fun experience, and it's been a lot of hard work. And it's, you're a musician, KY, you know how it is.
Uh-huh.
It sometimes it's so easy to forget about it, but at the end of the day, music is fucking awesome, and I love making it, and I love playing it, and it's been great. So I've been doing that, and I can't wait to bring that out, and then I could finally shut up about it.
There you go.
So soon enough it'll be done, and then you won't hear me talk about it for a while. And other than that, I just want to say thank you all for the support musically, as well as here on the podcast and on the streams. I'm convinced that we have a very great audience on Vinesauce, and the audience on a whole is just generally amazing. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, we're gonna try to get Justin Roiland in for an episode. I got to hang out with him the other day, and we have contact with each other at least. So we're gonna try to make it happen.
Jeez.
Oh,
I
jeez.
can't wait for that.
Yep. Yeah. So we'll do that. Hopefully, we'll talk NX. We'll maybe do Pokemon or maybe some more Greenlight guests. Feel free to keep submitting it. Submitting the Greenlight guesses if you want, or whatever you want to do. And then I think
whatever works best for you.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. This has been KY,
And I'm Vinny.
and we'll see you next time.
2 on the vine.
Bye.
Bye.